firing came as a surprise to a lot of us. I covered the team and completely in shock because I didn't expect that. The language that was used the day you were fired when Steve Ross was making the announcement was that he struggled to work collaboratively with all of us. And it was portrayed as if you were difficult to work with. One, how did you receive that? And two, do you feel like it was accurate?
Look, I think race played a role in my firing. And what I mean by that is there were things that I was asked to do. There were conversations that were had. I was made out to be a difficult person to work with. And I think, my white counterparts wouldn't have been asked to do the things I was asked to do. And look, I'm a strong personality. I know that played a role in it.
But they had to know this.
You need to be that as a coach in the National Football League.
They had to know this when they hired you, though.
Yeah, I mean, you would think.
When you say they had to know this when they hired him, it's interesting because I feel like that's what you want all your head coaches to be, because you have in the offseason you have 90-something guys in the locker room, and when you stand in front of, from a player's perspective, when you stand in front of that meeting room, or if you come into that locker room, how you get all 90 guys to do this, and you galvanize that locker room and follow, you got to be strong. And there's some guys like Bill Belichick or even Sean Payton that they lead with a little fear, but they also have some love. They have love to them as well. And there's some guys like the Pete Carrolls of the world that is like rah rah, we're all in this together, cool. And that's at the other end of the spectrum, but he has a strong personality. So I feel like you have to have that, but what does that mean to you, like strong personality? When you say that, what?
To me, it means, from a coaching standpoint, I have a strong personality. I have presence. When I walk into a room, and you said 90, but it's 90, but it's coaches, so that's another 20, and it's equipment, and it's IT, and it's nutrition, and it's medical, and there's more than 90. It's 200. It's you're leading the entire group, so you got to have presence. You got to be able to stand up in front of that room and command the room, and when you speak, they listen. Not in a dictatorship, but in a galvanizing way, as you mentioned. Because that's the game of football. You got to get 11 guys to trust each other. I remember telling this, I say this every year, probably 10 times a year. It's hard to get two people to trust each other. Like, I think we all know that within our relationships. What you're trying to do is get 11 guys on the same page for 70 plays a game on offense, defense, and 30 plays in the kicking game. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. So whoever's in front of that room better be able to have some presence, have some command, and have a strong personality. And if that person thinks something is wrong, or if things aren't going correctly, those things need to be addressed.